观众朋友，欢迎回来。Larry, the similarity between Patek Philippe and the Chongqing is they're all family owned, remain independent.
Yes, I think that's been the key for our success over the years. And again, I think Chongqing and Patek have very similar values. We're looking for a small group of people who represent us, and as a brand ambassador, they've been wonderful over the years.
When did you and the Chongqing start the relationship?
I came out in 1989, and we met with them in their very small store in Chinatown in Los Angeles. And we just got a sense that they were very passionate and they were genuine and honest. And it was a new market for us. We hadn't really, we didn't have expectations at that point, but they proved to us that, you know, if they really stand behind a product and they believe in it, it can be a wonderful partnership.
Yeah. The time proved that you made the right decision.
Not gonna.
Yes. All right. The next few questions are about the marketing, about more sales oriented. Have you done a research as to male watch or versus female watch? Which one are in more demand?
Well, I think at this point, men are more familiar with Patek Philippe.
Really?
And probably more familiar with the collectible market as a whole.
Really?
But women, it's amazing. The ladies
really,
are
is it catching up?
It's catching up. And I think, you know, right now we sell about 65% to men and about 35% to women. But you can see the demand for mechanical and automatic and more complex ladies' watches has come very slowly, but it is coming.
I was totally wrong. I was under the impression that female buys watches more than male.
Well, at this point, because of the collectability and effectively most of the collectors for the last 20 years were mostly men, that's been driving the business. But with the onset of our 24 model in 1999, we became much more familiar to women. I think that was at least a launching pad to talk to women. And then we had to develop some styles that they actually liked.
Yes.
So I think over the last 8-10 years, we've made a lot of progress.
How do you pay your attention to the West Coast market versus the East Coast of the market?
Well, I mean, we have about 3 or 4 major markets. LA, of course, San Francisco, and New York are the 3 biggest, the 3 largest. And they're not totally unfamiliar, but they're also not different in a lot of ways.
Really?
The demand on each of the coasts and in each of the, if it's the major international city, we find that the number of watches and the type of watches are very similar. New York may be a little more conservative than, let's say, LA, where a piece like this might be a little more in vogue. But I think in general, the collectible pieces, it's a small world and people understand which pieces they're going after worldwide.
Yes, since we are all prepared, we're all wearing gloves. Tell us about this piece of male watch.
Well, this is a piece, and not unlike a lot of our products, very small numbers are created each year. In fact, at this particular time, this is the only watch in the country. And we were very pleased that Chongqing was anxious to receive it.
Yeah.
They waited several months to get it. We saw it in Basel last year, and they put an order in. So when it's finished and when it was delivered, we brought it out here especially for the show.
So this is the significant pieces for 2013.
Correct.
Let's take a look at it. So it is a good looking watch, and it's not too heavy.
No.
No.
Well, I think because it's a strap watch, the case is very significant, but it's not too heavy to wear.
No, not at all.
This particular family is called the Nautilus, and it is it's actually a watch that can be worn swimming.
Oh, really?
It's diveable.
Okay.
In some of the models, it's diveable down to 360 feet.
Right. Okay, great. And with your permission, can I release the price on this watch?
Yes,
it's $206,500.
Correct.
Okay. Since we are all into looking at the watches now, let's put that one back and bring this one out. This is a female watch.
That is, yes.
Yeah. They have the similar tone. This is brown and this lighter shade. What's the significance of this watch, Larry?
Well, this was a wonderful piece that we started making. As we mentioned, we started to make more mechanical and more complex watches for ladies. And this particular piece, because of the fact that ladies' watches had become slightly larger, we were able to put more interesting movements in the cases. So this is a piece that actually is an annual calendar, and with a moon phase, as you can see. So it becomes more collectible, it becomes more interesting to those looking for complex pieces.
Okay. Wonderful pieces. So you have a shop in昌興, and I realized the counter is so huge. Even the store is a lot bigger than the previous shop. What is your expectation to the watch market in the San Francisco Bay Area as well as the South Bay?
Well, we're certainly limited by the production of Patek Philippe. So our expectation is not to grow the business 15-20%. It's to grow at a modest amount. But as you can see, the new shop-in-shop, we're trying to improve the experience. And I think when you buy a watch like this, especially when it's for a wonderful event in your life, the experience is equally as interesting as the watch. And I think when we have an environment like this, it just becomes a much more pleasant experience.
Well, by looking at it, by talking to you, I'm convinced, even though long before I interview you, I got myself a Patek Philippe watch.
Yes, I
from their
remember
New Peters store. Yeah. So great to have the opportunity to talk with you, and I wish that people treasure the good quality behind the Patek and come into the store and take a look at it and pick up a piece in their important moment in their life to collect that.
I think that is the only thing we would hope for. Allow Patek Philippe to be part of your family and remember them, your parents, your grandparents, whoever was the first to introduce you to the watches. We'd like that to stay with you throughout many generations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. 观众朋友，其实大家都说女人的心像海底的针，但是女人的消费能力现在已经是可以撑起半边天，所以在手表的收集上面，女人跟男人一样，他们的味道和挑剔都很严格。Patek Philippe 显然是一个值得大家信赖、值得大家来看一看、来买一只来保藏的这个手表。今天非常高兴大家能够跟我们一起来欣赏 Patek Philippe， 欢迎大家经常到昌兴珠宝钟表店里面来看一看，挑选一下您的 timeless piece。谢谢您，谢谢您的观赏，拜拜 ，Thank you， 拜拜 ，Larry。
Bye now.